Hello, my name is Diana Lunzer. This video is for you if you are new to using Notion and you are looking for a quick start guide. These are going to be the essentials. We're going to walk through the basics of using Notion, how you can utilize it for business, and we're just going to start small. So this is for you if you have downloaded Notion and maybe just haven't started using it yet, or perhaps you downloaded a few free templates and you're feeling completely overwhelmed and not sure how to navigate it, customize it, and make it your own. This video is for you. Let's dive in. First, my name is Diana Lunzer. I'm a productivity and systems expert, a Notion consultant, and the founder of Flow State, where I turn founders into productive powerhouses so they can create their seven-figure empires. I do this using Notion. I do custom Notion builds, like the operating system that you're looking at here on the screen. This is my personal operating system. I have two businesses and I run them completely out of Notion, and I absolutely love it. It has been such a game changer for my productivity and my efficiency as a founder. So let's get started. When you create your Notion account and you're in your workspace, you will have the opportunity to create team spaces. I don't have team spaces here in this view. I'm a solopreneur, so I work with my contractors usually on a guest basis in Notion. But if you have teams and you have departments, you definitely will want to organize your workspace in team spaces. So that might be a team space for marketing, a team space for product, a team space for engineering. Those different groups or departments in your company is how I recommend you utilize team spaces. When you want to start creating content in Notion, you can do that easily in your side navigation bar by clicking this plus button. And this is going to add a page. So let's do this. Let's start adding a page and I'll show you some of the essentials of Notion here. We'll demo it. So on every page, these are the foundational, this is the structure of it. You've got a title, right? So this is like the main page title. Call that page title. And you can, right now I'm looking at this in center peak. If you hit these two arrows, it's going to open it up in full page, which I like that view. And keep in mind, when you are in full page view, if you ever need to go back, you have your breadcrumb always up here, and you can always hit that back button as well. So if you ever kind of like feel like you've gotten lost in your workspace, always go up to the top area in this breadcrumb. Okay, so every page has a page title. You've got an icon, which is fun in Notion. So you've got your classic emojis. You've got some more maybe like cleaner icons. And you can also upload custom images to do custom icons, which is pretty cool. You've got your icons and you have add cover. So there's basic covers that Notion provides. And then you can also hit change cover and upload a cover of your choice. So I do this in my custom operating system builds when I brand the workspace to the company. I do custom covers, and that really makes the workspace feel professional and clean and beautiful, on brand. So you can change these covers. For now, let's go with this blue one. I like that. And then you can reposition those covers and all that good stuff. You can even do videos and covers, which is pretty cool. All right, so now when you're on the page, now we're below the title, we can add what Notion calls blocks. So essentially, Notion is a knowledge database so that you can organize, plan, and really just like keep your knowledge in an organized space, collaborate together with other people. You can use it for personal, you can use it for business. I use it for both. And at the end of the day, Notion is simply nested pages, right? So if you think of the way your files are organized on your computer, on your Google Drive, that's what I mean by nested, right? There's like a hierarchy. There's a main file, and then you have sub files and folders. That's what nested means, and that's all Notion is really at the end of the day. And what's so unique about Notion, if you're not already aware, is most of the tools out there, like project management tools, note-taking tools, like you may have used Trello, ClickUp, Asana, maybe Evernote. You may be migrating from one of those tools to use Notion. And I want you to be really clear of the difference here. Those tools are what I like to call off-the-shelf software, right? So you utilize those tools the way that they were built and designed by those software designers that work at those companies. So you have to work within the limitations and restrictions, the way the tool works, the way it functions, the way it looks, whether or not it works for you and whether or not you like the way it looks. Whereas in Notion, we have the capability to build custom software for you to run your business, for you to run your life off of. So that is what is so unique about Notion. You're essentially able to build custom software within the tool so that you can streamline your workflows. And that is why I love Notion. And if that sounds confusing to you and you're like, custom software, I'm not a software designer, that is what I do. I build custom tools so that people can work better in their personal life and in their business in Notion. So we build it exactly the way you need to function, and we make it look exactly the way you want it to look. Okay, so back to the essentials. So we're on our page. We've got our page title here, and then let's just update it. We'll make it less generic. We'll call it a bad Notion 101. And actually there's in the icons, there's a Notion icon. So we'll do that because that's fun. And you can also change colors when you're choosing icons. Let's go with blue. Actually, let's go with a different color because I want it to pop against the background. Go orange. So now when I'm on the page, after you click off of, say I just hit return to go down, you want to go backspace, right? So this is what's going to pull up your essential blocks or your basic blocks. And that is how you build a Notion. You pair and mix and utilize these blocks, right? So here I'm going to scroll through our basic blocks so you know what you have accessible to you. You've got a text blocks, right? Just normal text. Another subpage, so you can add another subpage. A to-do list, right? We know what a checklist looks like. 3 different heading styles. So you've got a big heading, a medium, and a small. So heading 1 is your largest. Heading 2 is your medium, and heading 3 is a small. You can embed just a basic table, a bulleted list, a numbered list, a toggle list, which I love for keeping the layouts really clean. If you want to have more information, but you don't want it maybe up front when you come to the page, a toggle list is great for that. A quote, which essentially is just a formatted text box, a divider bar, horizontal divider bar. You can link out to other pages. You can do a call out box, which is another way to make your text stand out. And then you also can embed in pretty much anything, videos, images, documents from other tools. So if you use other tools like Miro or Figma, you can embed a Figma board, a Miro board, things like that. You can embed Trello boards. I mean, the capabilities and integrations that Notion has with other tools out there is superior. So that's the basics on blocks that I want you to be aware of. So as you are building, you can see right now I'm looking at everything and it's kind of just in one column, right? You also have the opportunity, pull up those basic blocks and you can just start typing. So I'm going to type columns and you can see it filters. You can also create columns, right? So let's do a column, 4 columns. And I'm going to move myself up here. If I click and drag from the bottom right corner up, it will highlight those columns we just made. And you can see there are 4 columns. So let's just start building so you can see. So I'm going to go heading 1 and we're going to say column 1 title. And then we'll do a divider bar and then body text. Okay, so we've got our first column of text here. You can click into the other columns again and add whatever you'd like block-wise. So maybe I'll add a heading 1 again. We'll call this column 2 and add a divider bar and then body text, right? So you could just keep doing that. You can also duplicate things. So if you have your cursor in a block, I'm going to hit Command D. And you can see it just duplicated that row in the same format style. You can also I'm going to hit Command Z. That's just going to delete it. So it utilizes a lot of the same shortcuts you're probably used to using on your computer in terms of like copy, paste, go back, things like that. I want to show you also some of the settings when you're on a page. So right now, as you can see, we're kind of in this like centered of the page view. When you go up to the 3 dots in the upper right corner, this is going to be your page settings area. And you can customize the way the page looks. So right now we're in the default text font style. You have 3 different fonts you can choose from. This is the default. You have a serif font and a mono font, right? So you have 3 to choose from. I tend to go with the default. I think it looks really clean. And then you also have an option to toggle on small text. So if you want the text a little bit smaller and that's your preference, go ahead and do that. And then this one I love. So if you are designing dashboard pages or pages with a lot, heavy content, and it feels kind of squished in this center view, toggle on full width, and that is going to fill the content full width to the page. I love using full width. I use this one often. Variety of other customization settings that you can do here. You can lock pages, further customize the page, duplicate it. I mean, there's really import, export, all the things. You can even see version history. I know people get nervous in Notion about, oh, I think I deleted something accidentally. How do I retrieve it? You have version history, which is great. That you can click into. And again, I just created this page, so there's not much, but as over time, this version history will populate here and you can click back into it and easily see the version from yesterday. You can grab certain areas if there's just one block of text you want to grab, or you can restore the entire page. Those are the basics of Notion. So when you are building your Notion workspace from scratch, you really have 2 ways to go about it. You can, actually 3. 1, you can just start building from scratch, right? Add page and start building from scratch. You can utilize templates. And actually, it's when you have nothing on the page, it should populate with templates here. Let's see if it does. There we go. So down here, you'll get this template button. You also have templates here on the left that you can browse through from the community of people that build templates. And you can look through all these templates and find one that works really well for you. I have templates in here. I have templates on Gumroad as well. That's a great place to look for templates. But templates are a great way to start if you are just learning and want to, DIY and implement. If you are a business owner and you're trying to implement Notion in your business and you don't want to waste time and you are looking to be efficient and effective and get your team set up for success, maybe you're scaling, you're hiring people, and you really don't have time to kind of stumble around, I highly recommend you hire a Notion consultant for a custom Notion workspace build, whether that's an operating system or that's just certain areas, like a certain things that you need resolved in your business using Notion. That is exactly the type of thing that I do. I love serving business owners and founders and really helping them get organized in their business. My passion is building operating systems that really serve not only the founder, but their teams as well. So if that's something you're interested in, please reach out. You can find me on Instagram at flowwithsystems or online on my website at flowwithsystems.com. I hope you found this intro to Notion helpful. If you have any further questions, drop them in the comments below, and I will include my Notion templates below as well. Have a great day.